More importantly, people are shocked that you are evolving and leaving them behind. I think you know where this about to go. We too turned up for you. Trick, I thought you knew. There's a group of people who are really concerned with soul time. They're really concerned with a period of time that you've taken to get in touch with your sacred gifts. These I'm hearing that you took time away and you did everything you said you were going to do. You stood on business. You put your money where your mouth is. There's no chit chatting. There's no small talk. There's no fluff. These are actual meaningful contributions that you are making. People are shocked by your enlightenment, by your ideology, your learning, and your faith. They're shocked by your intellectual capacity and your spirituality. You may even feel like you are the one surrounded by idiots because you might very well be. It's like no matter how much explaining you do, no matter how much teaching that you do, these people are not comprehending through the ninth house, or they are committed to misunderstanding you. Offended by your enlightenment. You kind of look down on these people, or you just sit at a higher vantage point. They feel like you think that you're better than them. They are extremely intimidated by you, defensive towards you, and this is the reason why they're fighting and attacking. They conceal their abuse, physical, verbal attacks, or even covert attacks because they are ultimately, hello, very intimidated by you. Your dreams are becoming real. You are evolving because you did everything that you said that you were going to do. They are shocked that you have followed through. There was a period. Some of you guys may you may be introverted. Good evening. You may be introverted or may not. But everybody knows that it is important to take soul time. It is important to take time to yourself to understand yourself better. They feel like you got in touch with your individuality and your sexuality and have emerged with sacred gifts. Hey, 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 I'm doing well, Ben. Hi, Jonathan. How are you? Queen of the Mystic. You guys, welcome in. People, they hate when you take time to yourself. These are lovers. These are lovers and friends and teachers. Your detachment is on a whole nother level. These people, they know that you are spending this time away to grow more enlightenment, to grow more awareness and wisdom. And they are offended when you take time and space to yourself. Lovers feel neglected. Friends or associations through the 11th house or wherever you are, people are very offended when you don't want to talk to them, when you don't want to engage with them. Silence will tell it all. When you're silent, people start acting crazy. What happens when you stop speaking? What happens when you take time away? What happens when you disappear? There's somebody here that is obsessed with every step that you take. every move that you make, every breath that you take. This is making some of you guys feel very unsafe because you're not a celebrity. So the way that some of these people are behaving around your life and your path, and ultimately what they watch is you take every single step towards a wish fulfillment. They cannot believe you have evolved. They cannot believe you did everything that you said you were going to do. They cannot believe you have followed through. They cannot believe your expansions and new opportunities. They're very obsessed with the time that you took alone, a time that you took away. They're very concerned with this alone time. What were you doing? Why are you away? Because they know that you went through. They know that you went through a period of intense development and studying. They know that this studying was intense, that these trainings were intense, but you handled it so gracefully. All of these steps that you took, it feels like for some who didn't watch every step that you take, it feels like it happened overnight. It feels like it happened by magic. They are like, oh my God, how are you expanding so much? How did you grow? We're dumbfounded by how, like, oh, you're just an idiot who doesn't have any follow through. A person with real follow through knows that it's strenuous and demanding to swim upstream. People act like this is as if it was by magic. This new opportunity, this new beginning where all your dreams and fulfillments and desires are becoming real because of how beautifully and gracefully you have handled this situation. They hate the fact that you're leaving them behind. They feel offended by you leaving them behind. They're like, oh, you just think that you're better than us. You think that you're too good to hang out with us. Oh, they're offended that you are enlightened. They're offended that you chose to move beyond the limitations and statutes that they put in place. Some of these are teachers who were complacent, who lost their touch. They feel like you learned from them and grew even more enlightenment, grew beyond them. Some of you, they're so angry because they were forcing themselves into your clique. They were forcing themselves into your space. They wanted to be your friend really bad. And you were just like, not interested. Some of these people were just angry because you weren't talking to them, wherever you are. If this is a social setting, I'm hearing a corporate job, or if this is a office setting, or if this is a club setting, a social setting, some people are angry because you don't want to associate with them. They already know that you're this person of power and status, so it offends them even more. These people look like narcissists because they are obsessed with your every move, especially it's even more like you not talking to them makes them even more offended, because some of them, they hear your enlightenment, they overhear you talking to other people, they overhear your phone calls, they overhear you, the people that you do associate with, right? They overhear your enlightenment and they know that this is a reflection of your values and that you align with people who have the same values as you. They are just fighting and attacking. These are people who you felt resistance with and that you were uncomfortable around them. So you put a lot of distance and space. Somebody's name is Hazel. They were so upset that you did not talk to them. And some of them, they were forcing themselves. Some of these people were forcing themselves into your circle. They were forcing themselves into, like, some of you guys were hanging out with your divine counterparts and you were hanging around and they were just forcing themselves around, and you're like, I don't even know you, but I'm going to handle this situation with grace because it's so awkward that you're forcing yourself here. These are narcissists and they have a very hurtful lust. They feel like you have a lust for adventure and philosophy through the ninth house. This is why you're so successful. This is how you've expanded. They hate it when you spend time to yourself because they know that it represents you getting in touch with your individuality and your asexuality and those emerging as sacred gifts. You are emerging, especially after a period of solitude, a period of intense development and growth. That you are emerging as the expert. You are emerging as the best. You are emerging as number one. All of the teachers that you detach from are watching all of your dreams become fulfilled as well as their dreams. They were complacent, they lacked willpower, and they lost their touch. That's not your responsibility. No one else's well-being is your responsibility. Do not dim your light to fit into their group. This is your soul craft. People who think that they have influenced your work in some type of way, you're nothing like us. This is my soul craft. This is my life's work. There's only so far you can get with trying to copy my every move. There's only so far you can get with a repetition of words, a repetition of my moves in life. Thank you so much. Thank you. Who are you? Hi. Hi, Jonathan. Hi, mistress. Who is the? I am not a mistress. They feel like insects that won't leave you alone because they're hovering around your wish fulfillment. These people, they know that you're extremely fulfilled in your creative endeavors. They know that you're very, fulfilled, through the 10th house, your career, and you're having a lot of success at that. They know that you're this responsible person. And a lot of them, they saw you in wish fulfillment energy and they became obsessed with you. Some of these people, they've been forcing themselves into your inner circle. They want to be a part of the winner circle really bad. And they keep trying to adopt the lingos, and they keep trying to steal, aspects to try to make it seem like they're a part of the collective when they're just not. This is what you need to know today. Reprioritize. Do not focus on these insects. Do not focus on these individuals. You need to focus on your soul craft, because none of these people are going where you're going. They're looking for an instant gratification, and it's only so far that they can go with copying your every move. Some of these people were just materialistic. They just want to look like you. They want your lips. They want your waist. They want to know how you got rid of your love handles. They want your fashion. They want your authority. They want your success. They see you blossoming into a beautiful butterfly, and you are evolving so fast and so far away from them. These people are watching on a fake social media account, obsessed with your every move, of course, and they sit and watch your enlightenment, and they are very committed to misunderstanding you. They're very offended by your enlightenment because it reflects your evolution and your willpower to meet your everyday challenges. They are offended because they have no follow through. They have no method for doing anything. They have not laid any groundwork. They look for instant they look for instant gratification, where they try to copy something that you're doing, and it don't even have the same finesse. It don't even make sense for them. You guys need to have discernment, because there will be a lot of people who want to look like they have wish fulfillment. They want to look like they're debt free. They want to look like they're manifesting money. They want to look like they're aligned with the things that they're saying. These are hypocrites. They are narcissists, and they are stalking you from a fake social media account. A lot of these people are having volatile mood swings because of you. They are shocked that you are evolving beyond. They are shocked that you are leaving them behind. The more you hone your soul craft, the more crafty you are, an expert, you are a maven. The more you get in touch with your, and more you embrace your individuality and your sexuality as sacred gifts, they are stuck and not moving forward in life. And this is very sad, because the truth is out there, so fake. These are fake social media accounts and fake facades. Some people cannot discern duplicity, especially in these tarot collectives. Everyone wants to be a starseed. Everyone wants to look like they're having wish fulfillment, but they are not. Where's the proof within the pudding? You have evolved so beyond them, you have manifested a new reality. They're very concerned with time that you've taken away, where you went through an intense period of development and growth. They know that this meant intense studying. They know that this was the process by which you became an expert. They want to know about this so bad. They're like, oh my gosh, you had a lust for philosophy and adventure. Tell me about all that stuff so that I can have it. When they refuse to go on their own adventures, they refuse to do their own higher learning, they cannot, it's not going to ever manifest for them. You can pretend all day long, but we know your bank account is empty. We know that, you're not having fulfillment. You don't have a real career. Real people are not respecting them. They're getting attention for all the wrong reasons. Hi, Latasha. How you doing? Long time no see. I was like, where Latasha? I was just thinking about you. I was like, where Latasha been? Hope you are doing well in recovery. You are becoming this person of power and status, and this is why they're obsessed with your every move. Of course, this is the rite of passage. You can't do anything about this. These are people who chase SEX money and power. But the person who did not chase that is the one that is getting it. You. Some of you guys are taking up sports, taking up some type of gym regime, and they can't believe how physically strong you have gotten within your body. Okay? I'm ready, love, 426. But I got invited to a black tie event, and I'm going alone. You got invited to a black tie event? Okay, don't play now. Don't play now. Let them know you are royalty. You are very upper echelon. Put on your best dress. Dress to manifest. Dress for success. And show out on them. Don't need no company. Okay? I don't know if you were here for all of the beginning, but there's a lot of people who are chasing you around because they hate the fact that you want to be by yourself. Like a lot of these people, they hate the fact that you're introverted. They want to know really badly. Like, they know that you seek solitude intently, to focus on your inner life. And they just want to know what's going on in your inner life so bad. They want to know your adventure and philosophy because they know that it is leading to your wish fulfillment. They're obsessed with, your sacred gifts and your enlightenment and your learning and your faith. And it's just, and they know that this is actually like, the reason why you're having so much wish fulfillment, why you're getting gifted all these different opportunities, and why you're expanding so much. Okay, so you guys, there's people obsessed with your like your inner life, and you're like, okay, I definitely don't feel safe to be in my body now. Okay, so just make sure you are practicing your affirmations. It is safe to be in my body, because there's a lot of people fighting and attacking because they want to be in your winner circle so bad. They want to be a part of your collective really bad. They will do anything to get your attention. A lot of these people, they know that the relationships are dead and gone, but they have been lacking closure. They're not over it. especially now that they see you successful with a career and with a lot of new opportunities. A lot of these people are getting left behind. So they'll be doing anything to get your attention. I'm hearing that they will literally do anything to get your attention. Um, I'm hearing they will try to knock off every idea, every outfit. They will try to. It's like they're literally so obsessed with you because everything that you do represents your individuality. It represents your follow through. It represents your sacred gifts. So they want to take a piece of you because they can't be around you. Some of them have lost access to you, and so they are obsessed with just like trying to knock off everything that you have and do because it represents your wish fulfillment, your follow through, and they want to be a part of your life really badly. But a lot of them, they abuse their stable positioning within your life, and they're very stuck where they are. These bugs, they're just like the insect repellent is not working. Okay. So this is kind of sad. Okay, so some of you guys, if you're watching these people on a social media account, like especially if you guys are doing sports, they flow is dry as hell. They just not good at the sport. They're very stuck and they're dried up. And they're very offended by your enlightenment, the fact that you never lose your touch. They cannot believe that you have evolved and that this new reality has manifested for you, where your dreams and wishes are becoming real. Some of these people were forcing themselves in your crew. Some people will literally force themselves to talk to you. You can literally meet them. You can literally meet them with silence, because but people will be so obsessed with your body and who you're becoming, that they will do anything to get your attention. They will literally force themselves to talk to you. You'll, like, if you're out on the public transportation or you're out in the public, people will find you, and then they will just literally, I mean, it's so awkward because they won't stop talking, or they won't take like no for an answer, or they see your body and they're just like, they want to like know you really bad, or just like touch you really bad, or this is not like a stand, members of the kingdom who are just like looking for updates. These are people who are just like, they don't have, these are people who are hanging on to every expression. These are people who, um, they make you feel scared. They make you feel so uncomfortable. Like you don't want to even be around them. And I'm hearing that a lot of these people are so pissed that you don't want to associate with them. So they definitely feel like you are royalty, that you are looking down on them, right? You are the ones getting all the money and power and having all of the great SEX. They are like, they chase these things and they dry it up real bad. Bae. Snakes in the grass. They are very stuck. And they know that you are expanding into new opportunities and new growth. And they hate the fact that you chose not to associate with them, which means that they are literally stuck. So they're watching you from a fake social media account. Some of these people, they saw you with a high net worth, like, association. They saw you with, like, it girls, it boys. They saw you with popular people. And they, like, tried to hang on to, like, every expression that you guys have been saying. Like, things that you, like, your little, your cute little lingos and things like that. They have been trying to like adopt those, or they've been trying to like use the same emojis that your friends use and stuff like that. That's not a stand, that's obsession, okay? Because they're not a part of the clique, they're not a part of the group. And some of these people were literally just like I'm hearing y'all be scared because y'all just be looking when you're like, some of y'all, this is happening in person, and you hanging around your friends, right? And then somebody who's not in the group, like we ain't trying to be isolating and alienating, but it's like literally someone who doesn't fit in will literally try to come around fighting and attacking the group, or they'll try to come in and force themselves in, or they'll try to like create conflict within the group or something like that. Create an issue with the group, or create an issue with your lover. And I'm hearing that they literally will do everything because they don't fit in. They'll do, like, I'm hearing that they literally come around and then like everybody stop talking because we like everybody stop talking because we like, boy, can we help you? Like, help you. It's like they come, it's like the, you know, like the waitress at the restaurant. I don't know if this ever happened to y'all, but like it's like the waitress at the restaurant. You having this big dinner date, right, with all your friends and stuff like that, and then the waitress come around and she like, yeah, girl, me too. And we like, didn't we ask for an extra stick of butter for the bread? Like everybody like, what? And it's just like these people. Hello, beautiful Rock King Johnny. Rock King Johnny. Um, these people will literally force themselves into like your conversations. They'll force themselves into your partner's face. They'll literally force and do anything to like feel like they're like a part, but they're literally like not welcomed. And they're like not a part of the group. Like, girl, you're not welcome. I mean, it's crazy. You're a cop. I'm not a cop, but I'm becoming a cop. JD candidate. Watch out. Okay? A lot of these people is very weird. Like, I don't know if this ever happened to y'all, right? So it's like somebody who is supposed to be taking the orders, they get so mad because they're like, oh my God, I see all these great people having fun and looking good, but I'm like not a part of that, and I'm like working and I have to like take their orders, right? They're just like people who serve you and people who are not actually like, you know, a part of the group, you know? So like you're surrounded by a lot of idiots. I'm getting that these are a lot of people who are not understanding. They don't have social skills. I'm like people who do not have body awareness either. So definitely practice your affirmation. Okay, it is safe to be in my body. It's very scary because some people will literally just see your body existing and then just become obsessed with your life and just like not able to like stop. Like, you ever been around somebody and they just like your presence, like you come up and then they just like I can't stop looking, I can't stop looking, I can't stop. Like, and you're like, oh my God, are you okay? Normal people don't behave like this. So if you're in like low socioeconomic neighborhoods, or you're in places where people don't have body awareness, these people will literally like, you know, we know, like that was like the first thing that I was taught growing up was like my first thing my mom, when she caught me staring at somebody that's handicapped, or she caught me like staring at people or doing something weird, like that's scary. Do not stare at people like that. My mom would tell me at a very young, I think the earliest age of 4 years old, my mother would tell me, do not stare at people, especially people who have handicaps or visible disabilities. You really should not do that. Okay, thank you, Jim, that was so confirming. Okay, you know, so like this is a lot of like, you have like, you guys have a lot more mindfulness than a lot of these other collectives. You have a lot more mindfulness than the average person, a lot more awareness. You guys are you're healing your DNA on a cellular level. You guys are healing your instinctual responses to things. You are paying attention to your instincts as well. Some of you guys have come from being in a survival state to being in a thriving state. So you have to continue to practice these affirmations around that survival, traumatic, not feeling safe energy. Okay, it is safe to be in my body. I know that these narcs are making you feel a little bit scared because of how they kind of obsessed with your every move, and you're just like a regular person. Like, damn, if I was Beyonce, just say that. Now we could see if Beyonce was just walking around like a goddess walking through, like, but like, damn, like we not Beyonce. I know we may look like Beyonce, but we not Beyonce. So please relax. Some of these people are very obsessed with your budget. They're very obsessed with your money manifestations. They're very obsessed with your winner circle. They're very obsessed with your like your financial wealth that you're building for yourselves as well. Especially if they see you dressed in nice clothing. They see your hair is always done. Your hair is always cut. They see your nice phone, or they see you with nice things. They will literally look at your possessions, look at all these nice things around you, and like can't stop staring, right? Like trying to put together the pieces of your life and stuff like that. And you know, they were just like weird and things, you know, stuff like that. And some of this stuff is not even making sense, especially if these are people who are a little bit more covert. They are you know, these may be friends or people who, you know, you may have synergetic relationships, people who are coming from different walks of life, different cultures, different salaries, even different ways of, you know, ways of being and different approaches to life. Like, for example, you know, we were not even so different. This was one of my good friends when we were in college. And She went off into a PhD program. That's still a college salary. That is still a student budget. Okay, very broke, very ramen noodles on a budget. Okay, and I go off into my corporate salary, and I find out later that she's like stealing belongings out of my home, and that she was like jealous of my possessions and my like financial freedom. I'm like, if I were to, we both graduated around the same time. If I were to enter a PhD program, a post baccalaureate program, I would still be broke. So some of this stuff is not even making sense. Why you would even compare yourself to another person's journey? I thought she was just being patient, right? We know that you're going to go off and be a professor or something. We know that you're going to like. So some of this stuff that you're going to be faced with, you're not like you'll feel like you're surrounded by idiots because of all of this illogical behavior. I would never compare myself, like my student salary, to like a corporate job, somebody moving up in the ranks of a number one lighting manufacturing company. I would never do that. That's why would I compare myself to somewhere that, I would not compete where I don't compare. Some of these people will be overt, right? They will be, very blatant with their harassment, forcing themselves to, have sex with you, forcing themselves, into your life, into your, like, into, like, it's just obsession. They will literally force themselves. With the harassment, it will be blatant, okay? So be careful out here, okay? Some of these people, they are very unsuccessful. They don't have careers. They're sex workers or something where they don't have, they don't have financial security. And they are literally over the top. They're hyper sexual. And they know that some of you guys are literally having a different approach to life. You've come from a different background. Um, and it's just very awkward, and you're handling these people come from a different social class than you, and it's just very awkward to see them forcing themselves. Like, why would I, as a waitress, be forcing myself into a conversation with this it girl, dinner table? Okay, like, I would never do that. Like, no, that is awkward. You need to stay professional, and be patient. If you're working you're working as a server, keep working as a server and hope that you will soon be, you won't just be in the same room as them, that you'll actually be on the same level as them. Okay. Some of these people, they try to force themselves into your it girl group. They try to force themselves into your communities, and they're just stuck and they're not evolving. And it's clear that they are not in wish fulfillment energy. Okay, these lovers, y'all, they are very, intimidated and defensive, right? They showed you how they felt about you. Okay, and they just saw you be very responsible. They saw you hold firm to your convictions, and they were expecting you to chase them. I'm getting a lot of lovers who see you as wish fulfillment. You are everything that they've ever wanted. If they wanted to triangulate you, or they thought that they had other parties, I like the left one. Which one? When if they thought that they had other options and parties, they know that those people are not their wish fulfillment. So they have literally, the reason why they triangulated you is because they have been wanting you to chase them really badly, and they have been avoiding a transformation and wasting a lot of time, and they are too getting left behind. Because what? We wait on no one. We don't chase nobody. They hated the fact that you were the black cat, that you were aloof and independent. They hated your fashion. They hate that they're just a knockoff. They came up after you. They hate that their outfits and things are cheap. These men or lovers, they hate the fact that you were aloof and independent and detached. They were not expecting you to, like, some of them, they thought because they had money that they was all that you was gonna, kiss their ass and stuff, things of that nature. But you let them know, I'm very preoccupied with something else. You got about 30 seconds. Did you know that you had 30 seconds? I don't think that they understood that they had 30 seconds. All this wasting time, wasting resources, wasting opportunities. They've been expecting you to chase them. They're feminine. Just let us know if you got a little sugar in your tank, because we don't chase. You have destroyed their third parties. and destroyed their egos. And these people are just lingering with no purpose. We do not wish to waste our time. We have a lot of things to do. We have a lot of responsibilities through our 10th house. We have a lot of lust for adventure and philosophy. If you are not able to collaborate and come together for the purpose of achieving something greater, then we need to move on. Some of you there, so they cannot believe, these lovers cannot believe that you went off and found your wish fulfillment somewhere else. Some of them, they didn't think that you would find another lover, and you found another lover. Some of them, they thought that you would never leave them. I have to be great. I have to be great. Have a great night. Okay? I have to be great. I cannot be wasting my time with fighting someone who is having a hard time leaving a third party that they're clearly very unhappy with. Somebody's name is Deja. We don't care about these weaker and less fortunate people that you're trying to use as some type of triangulation when that person is clearly not a wish fulfillment. All of these people are fake, and they don't have any follow through. These lovers don't have any follow through. Right? You thought that they would be a 7th house partner. They don't have any follow through. They were intimidated by your learning and your faith. They were intimidated by your enlightenment. Some of you guys, you are out here breaking their hearts with these rejections. You're out here breaking hearts. You're destroying egos. I'm hearing a vicious mouthpiece as well. And then you go off and be very aloof and detached from all this unhappiness and fighting that they have. You're around here like, all right. They end up neglecting you. And this is also like, I'm getting that they think that you're going to chase them, right? This is you, and this is their other life. Do you think I'm about to be chasing a lame like that? I have too much responsibility, through my 10th house, and now they're watching you have like so much success and becoming a person of power and status that you did not they thought you were so aloof and detached. You were literally the black cat. Like, oh my gosh, taking time away by yourself, and they see you embrace your individuality even more. They see your asexuality with other people. They didn't think that you would go and have other, they didn't think that you would go and be, they didn't think that you was going to get it but from nowhere else. I'm getting that you, a Taurus, or, walked up into, a Taurus and a Scorpio walked into your life and fulfilled you very well in that department. They thought that you would never leave them, some of them. And you're like, I do not wait for anybody. You got the wrong one. You think that this is I'm going to give you the silent treatment. I'm going to try to use gaslighting and triangulation to abuse you and to try to keep you stuck in a dynamic that's unfulfilling. I'm going to neglect you. Well, guess what you just did? As soon as you make those poor miscalculations, you lost your wealth. It's over. That silent treatment turned into never hearing from me again. These lovers thought that you would wait around for them. They thought that you would chase them, but some of y'all went off and went, crafting on your soul even more. And now they seeing you get everything that you want. Sheesh. You thought that I was going to wait? When I say now, that means now. Big miscalculation. It's never a move to have me waiting. We wait for no one. If you are not a part of the sacred flow, you're neglecting to gaslight, emotionally manipulate. That's domestic violence. We do not tolerate abuse. I'll go and follow through on everything I said I was going to do. People thought you were joking. You put your money where your mouth is. And they put theirs where theirs is. Whoops, don't have any. Some of these people are feigning wealth. You're clearly not aligned. Especially if you have me waiting. I do not wish to waste my time with anybody who is lingering in spaces. Okay? Take back your energy and expand in a new direction. That's all they're seeing now. They cannot believe that you evolved and that you did it without them. Now they just sit and watch you from a fake social media account because they lost their wealth with you. They lost their abundance with you. They lost access to you. You are a privilege. They're seeing you through the 10th house with a responsibility, a duty, becoming a person of power and status, having wealth. This is so sad. They're getting left behind. This is super awkward. That's all I have for you, friends. Let me know how this resonates today. You are breaking in their hearts as you become so aloof and detached. They're like, oh my gosh, I did not expect you to just be okay. And you're like, I have success in a real career. Please don't think. Big miscalculation. Big L's.